We are live, and hello and welcome to Shining the Light on Our Community. I am so excited. Truly am. I've been waiting for this conversation for quite a while because I have with me today the absolute beautiful Stephanie, who's tuning in all the way from Florida on the other side of the world from me. But I'm excited because Stephanie's just awesome. That's all I'm going to say. Stephanie is an absolute package. I don't know what the word is. I'm sorry because it's a little bit early for me. But the absolute of awesomeness.
The connector. I get to connect awesomeness.
The connector of awesomeness. Thank you, Stephanie. Anyway, thank you for joining us, Stephanie. It is really an honor to talk to you today. Let me introduce you just a little bit, and then I want to get to know more from you. So, Stephanie, you were born in Florida.
Correct.
Multiple states in the US and loves to travel, which you've just been on a cruise, and the beaches of the world to see them and making a difference. And you definitely do make a difference to thousands of women. You provide business owners and real estate professionals with services and solutions for smart money for their big purpose. And you are very much involved in the Women's Prosperity Network, which I'm also honored to be a member of. But what I'd love to know, Stephanie, is about you from you. Okay. So tell us a little bit about who Stephanie is and where you got or how you got to where you are now within the whole real estate industry and the Women's Prosperity Network.
Okay, you got it. Well, thank you so much, Sophia. We just love having you being in our community of Women's Prosperity Network. It just goes in alignment with the sacred community and all of the amazing awesome women and men that you have in your community. So thank you for collaborating and connecting with us. So as you said, I am born in Florida, I've lived in multiple states, and I actually, so in early 2000, I met one of the founders of the Women's Prosperity Network and became friends. And her name is Trish Carr. And so we were doing some personal development education together. And then we friended each other. And when her and her sisters started the community in 2008, I was in a real estate law firm. And I was doing networking events and trade shows, and they were doing networking events and business shows. And so we kept running into each other. But because it was only women at the time, it wasn't the right fit for me, being that I was in a law firm of real estate, which unfortunately it was primarily male driven at the time, right? So I never joined. But being through my experience with the real estate law firm and credit, I was married at the time. And I got a divorce, and that meant changing careers as well because we worked together. So it was like, okay, it's time to do the separation. And it's not easy, as many know in our communities. And it also makes us stronger and gives us, as the universe opens up opportunities. And so I had called Trish. I was at the beach one day, being in Florida, right? Coming from the beach, that's my space to go and clear my mind and figure out what I'm doing with myself. What's next? And I called her and she was like, oh, talk to my sister Nancy. And so talked with the sisters, and here we are about 9 years later. Still supporting the community because it's so amazing. Internationally, women of all walks of life are all out here to make an impact, and we get to do it together in this community. I'm just like, we don't get that very often. And this is one of now many communities on the planet. And it's just so lovely. And I can't stop being a part of it.
I know. I know, and I'm really glad that you are a part of it. Because along with, the sisters, Trish and Nancy and Susan, who are, also vibrant, such vibrant beings, you can literally, even on the other side of the world, you can feel their energy.
Yeah.
But, and how they uplift other people. And also you, Stephanie, you're very much part of that. And,
Yes.
when we do see you online, it's like it adds a whole new dimension to the networking things that are provided. So it's really, really, really wonderful.
Thank you.
And
Well, and I get to be blessed now that I get to host the networking, so I get to see all of you often.
yes, yeah,
and and get to connect on that level. And that's what we're here. And we're here to support one another, collaborate, do events together, support. So we're not marketing by ourselves all the time. We always want to find ways that we can support one another. And that's a big part of our community and your community, which is
yeah.
beautiful.
Thank you, thank you,
Yeah,
and
thank
thank you.
you.
And stuff, and it's true, it's like supporting each other. We're here to help the world become a better place, to help all our businesses grow and things like that. So tell us a little bit about the Women's Prosperity Network
Mhm.
and what are all the things that that they offer.
Okay, excellent. Thank you for that. And so the Women's Prosperity Network, so again, they started about 15 years ago. So back
Mm,
then, that was all in person. There was chapters all around the country. They started in Florida, and then it kept growing as the sisters kept speaking in different areas and became different countries. Then it was like, oh, well, now we're really a global community, and started doing several Zoom calls throughout the community once a month, right? But and still having the in-person. Well, the Zoom was getting more busy and the in-person was getting less busy because people wanted to connect internationally. And then COVID happened and it was like, oh, wait, I think we're all going to be on this boat. And that's literally right what happened. It was like, no matter what, we're all in this boat and we're all online. And it's like almost forced to connect in a
yes,
sense, but
yes.
in such a beautiful way, at least coming from our place and our communities. It gave us better access and connection and tools. And so what the founders did, the sisters did, is they took that time and energy and monies really to create this beautiful platform for us so everybody can have a free business directory listing. Everybody can post in the social media groups, and I know that's a lot of taboo for a lot of groups who don't allow posting to promote or market your events or do this. And they really felt that having the social media is a way for us to see what each other does. We can see that you do the sacred, the Touching Lives Everywhere event live on Facebook,
Mhm, mhm,
and that you have guests so people can reach out to you and say, hey, I'd love to be a guest on your
mhm,
show, and vice versa. You can see what others do. And without that, then how do we know what each other's doing, and how do we know who we want to reach out to, right? Like, who do we have synergy with and connection? And so this beautiful platform got birthed basically out of COVID. And even though, like, there's so much of the things that didn't go well in COVID, and it was devastating in so many ways, but there was so much beauty that got birthed as well. And this is one of them.
yeah.
And so we've got this beautiful platform, and everyone's welcome. And I hope you have your link to let them know.
I will definitely be
because
putting the links in soon. Absolutely.
because everybody can get points and prizes to the community. And when they refer, whether they're a free member or a paid member or a momentum coaching member, doesn't matter.
Yeah. So let's talk about the membership, because I know there's different levels of membership, and you mentioned momentum. So tell us about the momentum and what happens there.
Sure. So there's 3 levels of membership: the free, and then the paid, which gives you monthly events. And another really cool bonus, which you might have appreciate as well, I know most of the members do, is that they always send out, Susan always sends us Excel spreadsheet and a cleaned up Zoom chat from every event we attend for follow-up made easy, because we know the fortune's in the follow-up. For any business and any situation. So always following up with people you've met, or people who've been on your podcast, or et cetera, would be the thing to do. So that's provided, and it's a really big benefit. And so that's the $39 monthly, but there's a $1 trial for 14 days. That's available. And this is for women only, even though we have our heart-centered men who come to networking and some events, and they can have a directory listing, but it really is for our women. Yeah.
Sure.
Because of the other events that are offered. And then momentum, let me answer your question. So momentum is a momentum membership, where those members are getting coaching and an accountability group every single Monday. So every Monday, every member is working on their business, not just in it. And then the Friday time is focus time. So they have focus time and coaching time. So it's really about propelling their business and putting it in momentum at whatever level they're at. Doesn't matter. So
Absolutely. And thank you for that. And there's so many other events and things that come up as well that is available all through the Women's Prosperity Network. And I personally thoroughly recommend it. I don't even know how I came across WPN. It was probably somewhere on social media, something like that. But I am so glad it's one of the best things that I've done with this for our community too, because I love all the people that you get to meet, all the networking opportunities. You never know who's going to show up on Zoom and who you're going to connect with. You just never know. I've met some amazing people all through there, like the beautiful Stephanie.
Thank you. Well, and that is the beauty of us having Zooms and of us having networking events all across the world. Otherwise, how would I meet you ever?
Exactly.
Never. Or any of your members in your community that are beautifully sharing their tools and their tips and their light and love in the world. These, everyone has a different way of providing that in these communities. And it's amazing, isn't it?
It is totally, and things like that. And tell us, can we just go off WPN just for a little bit, because I also want to know, and it also includes what you do in WPN, of course, because you offer so much support. But tell us a little bit more about, you said you used to be in real estate, but you still are, and you help people with, financial services and everything else as well.
Yeah, so in the United States, and I know it's so different from other countries, our credit system is a lot more abundant from what I understand from other, right? And so in this country, there is a business funding, business credit that's available to business owners and real estate investors. Anyone who's building a business, startup, or just wants to build working capital for their business. And I work with a lot of real estate investors around that, because I understand that piece coming from that background. And I teach them how to build up capital so they always have working capital, so they're not struggling to find the next dollars for that marketing, or to get into the next deal, or to do the next thing to propel their business. Same thing for business owners too, really, quite frankly. Yeah.
Absolutely. So thank you. And but you're still involved in all, you bring all that and supporting women, or supporting, entrepreneurs, women entrepreneurs through WPN with all,
Yes.
the support, supporting women with the support that you offer, and that the WPN community offers and things like that. And for anyone out there who wants to join WPN or does join the Women's
Mhm.
Prosperity Network, one of the benefits is that you get to talk to the beautiful Stephanie.
Right, because we thank you. So well, it's so beautiful because I get to do this. I get to talk to awesome people like yourself, and everyone that I've talked to is just amazing because
Yeah.
we're all, like I said, sharing our love and light in the world. And I get the opportunity to support you and all of them in doing that, with using the tools in the community and really learning how to connect better and utilizing the tools, the social media, etc. And yeah, so
Yeah,
always feel free to reach out to me, anybody.
we will.
Free member, paid member, doesn't matter. We're here to support everybody.
Yeah, I know. It's one of the things that I like, Stephanie. Sometimes I just make a time to chat with Stephanie, just to chat with Stephanie,
Just to chat.
because you're just to chat with Stephanie, because you're truly, it is real, like your vibrant energy it's incredible. And even though you're in Florida and you've got people from all over the world, that your energy makes such a big impact on our world. So that's why it's an honor to be able to talk to you. Now, Stephanie, I do have a couple of other little questions for you, and I'd love to know, besides the beach, I'm pretty sure the beach would be on top of this, but besides the beach, what motivates you to get out of bed every day?
Really, it's kind of maybe sounds cliche, but making a difference and really connecting with others, because again, I know we're spreading our love and light, we're making a difference in this world. And just by waking up and having that energy to go, okay, world, here I am. And my beach is my recharge. It's like the charging station for Teslas.
Yes.
Right? You gotta go, you gotta get charged. So everybody has their recharging
Awesome.
stations, I hope.
And you have your beach.
Because energetically, we all know we have to recharge
Yeah.
ourselves energetically, emotionally, physically, right? Spiritually.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. And recharging on the beach would be an incredible thing, because it's earthing, it's getting into nature.
Right.
And I
Lay on the sand, have
connect with
that
the earth.
salt, connecting with the earth, connecting with Mother Gaia and ocean and the sun and the sky. Yes.
Yes. Yeah, totally. So
Maybe we're supposed to do retreats, Sophia.
I think so. I think so.
Let's do a beach retreat.
I was just going to say that let's do one on the beach. So you can
We could go to the Gold Coast in Australia.
You could, but we also have some other very nice beaches here too.
Okay.
Which we could do. So not a problem at all. So thank you for that, Stephanie. And I love it, to making a difference in the world.
Yeah.
Making a difference in, that is incredible. And with your whole journey, with your real estate and offering, the financial stuff, and with WPN, and being with the sisters as they grew the whole community, can you share with us, like, some of the business things? What have you really learned? What mistakes have you made, but they haven't been actually mistakes, they're learning
Mm.
opportunities to help you take WPN to a whole new level?
Mm. Good question. Um, for both watching the sisters and have them grow and their growing pains, and which of course I was part of through the last 8, almost 9 years
9
at this
years.
point, right?
Yeah.
Those growing pains is, even no matter if you think you've stumbled or yet something has failed miserably, which things do, it's okay. Keep your focus on your passion,
Yeah.
whatever that is. And you know, I know everybody talks about shiny object syndrome and this and that, and it always has to be one thing. I don't necessarily believe it's always one thing. I believe there's a path we're on for our purpose, and there's many things that come into that path that we may stay with or we may not, but the path is still going the same way. So my path is still real estate,
Hmm.
and still ultimately my big purpose, right? Because I talk about smart money for your
Hmm.
big purpose, because we all have it. My
Hmm.
big purpose is kids aging out of the foster care system in this country,
Yeah.
and them having affordable housing and money investment education and confidence and personal development
Yeah.
education.
Yeah.
So, maybe not by the time my life is up, I made a difference in all that area or not, but that's my path.
That's your path. That's
And different things come in and different things go out. And the sisters keep reminding me, just keep to the foundation of marketing. Marketing has a foundation. You have an email database. You have social media
really.
posting. Keep it consistent, do it minimally weekly, and just put out something. If you
Yeah.
got nothing, it doesn't matter. Find something. Put something out just so they keep being consistent, right? And
That's,
consistency and humans don't really max all the time, right? Because we're human. We don't really like consistency much.
yeah, no, that's a challenge that I have also,
We
is
all
to
do.
is to be consistent, especially when you've got, other things that are happening, like going to the beach, for example.
Yeah.
Uh,
Right. And family and friends
and
and this
family and
thing
all that.
and that
Yeah,
thing and right. I
absolutely.
know. But yeah,
Absolutely.
just be consistent on a path and
Yeah.
learn from the things that come into that path, and just get quicker at finding out if it's providing something for you for your path or it's not providing something for you.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely. So, and I agree. Like, it's really true. First of all, to find out what your path is,
Yeah.
and to, does it fulfill your purpose, your passion, which, it does for you, because you can see that. You can see how passionate you are.
Yeah.
And I said, and you can feel it, because that passion you share with the women of WPN and your businesses and everything else. And that is what makes a difference to the world. So, Stephanie, I'd just like to, really just take a moment just to really honor you
Mm.
for bringing your passion, for shining your light onto the world, because that's what's making a difference to the world every
Thank you.
single day.
Yeah.
Every single day, you are making a difference to the world. So just thank you. Thank
And
you
thank you.
ever so
Thank you.
much. Thank you.
Thank you.
And before we wrap up, I just have one last question. One last
Okay.
question. And that is there any question that I could have asked you? And how would have you answered that? Is there anything else that you would like to share, please?
I know you came up with some really great questions. It's more of to your community and the Women's Prosperity Network community and any other communities. Please reach out to me. Anything I can support with, I am here. And as Sophia tells you, just message me and just let me know how we can support you better. We're really, really here to make this, like you said, everyone shining their love and light in the world, and by being themselves and being able to share that and all. And it's okay wherever you're at. Just
Yeah.
get started. Just get started. It's
Just
like in sacred, in your sacred you community, it's all about getting started and being connected and growing ourselves and growing our businesses and growing our light in the world.
absolutely.
I love it.
Thoroughly agree. So again, thank you truly. It has been a pleasure to talk to you, and I would like for you to come back, really, to have another opportunity to share your light in amongst the world, to share your passion and anything else that we could ever promote or discuss about WPN, especially that. Because you and the sisters together do some amazing things for the women of the world. So thank you.
Excellent. Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure. I always love speaking with you as well, even if we just get to chat
Just get to chat.
and,
It's
and
wonderful.
figuring out times between halfway around or all the way around the world.
Yeah, absolutely. All right.
And thank you for all that you do, because you're up at these crazy hours doing
it's not a
these.
problem. It's easy. It's beautiful.
You're
Beautiful at the moment.
amazing. You're
Thank you,
amazing.
Stephanie.
So
Thank you.
thank you.
All right. And for everyone
All right.
who's watching the live or the replay, do let us know where you're calling in from. And I will be putting Stephanie's links in the comments as soon as I can when we finish this conversation. So definitely, absolutely. And again, Stephanie, I look forward to talking to you very, very, very soon.
Soon. Awesome. I look forward to speaking with you as well very, very, very soon. Networking's on the 16th of May.
I'll be there.
Or 18th for you. The 16th or 17th. Sorry, 17th
17th
for
for me.
Australia.
Not a problem. 2 a.m. on the Wednesday morning. I know every Wednesday morning, 2 a.m. is WPN.
No, the networking, you got the evening one, remember? So that's
Yeah.
like the 8 a.m. The 8
Well, that's
a.m.
the 8 a.m. one too.
Wednesday.
Absolutely.
That one.
All right. We will see you very, very, very soon. Thank you.
Sounds great. Thank you so much. Love you. Lots of love. Appreciate you. Appreciate your community. And we'll talk soon. Oh, it's been a great time.